Hey everyone, how are you doing? I assume this is my praise and worship crowd. Glad to have you with me today. We're doing Oh Praise the Name of the Lord My God for our praise and worship song on YouTube here. So as you can tell, my voice is probably not 100%. I've had some flu and stuff, but I'm feeling better today, even though my voice is not sounding like that. But it might limit my singing a little bit, but I'll do my best. So let's get to it. All right, so you guys are the first to see my new setup in my office. I have, I guess, Studio B, you would call it. Studio A is at my home. And new little setup here. Look at that. Look at that screen there. That's pretty cool, I think. And if everything goes right, I'll be able to control all of it. There we go, see? So we're going to do all the chords, and it's going to teach you so many cool stuff that you can do in this song when you're playing on the keys for this. But I want to let you know, if you want to have a request done, there's my email address. Oh, I got to get used to using this. easypianolessons@yahoo.com. If you email me, I'm doing $50 requests for praise and worship stuff only. Now, this has been my job for 20 years online, and I normally charge at least $300 for a request, but I really want to build out my praise and worship library and my praise and worship presence on YouTube. So you guys can help me do that, and I'm just kind of, putting out a fleece and seeing if the Lord blesses it. So email me if you'd like a request. You can have multiples if you want. But I never charge this little for a request, but I have to do it for money because this is my living, okay? Don't just have all the time in the world to put free lessons on YouTube. So it is my vocation too. I'm trying to see if the Lord will bless both of those things together. So let's get started with this request. Again, $50. Just email me, put praise and worship in the title, or I might miss it. I get lots of emails. Okay, so we are in the key of C. So when you see that, okay, you need to first think that we are in the system of C. C is home bass. It's the key where you don't normally have any black keys or sharps or flats. So C is 1. And the first thing you need to do is think of what chords I'm going to have in C, because that's going to help you in the song and in any praise and worship song you do, whether it's a hymn or whatever, because music has a system and an organization and a structure that God made, and it's always the same. C is 1. We're going to look for 4 chords. So C, D, E, F. Just do your alphabet. F is the 4 chord. You're going to look for F chords. You're going to look for the 5 chord, which is the G chord. C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So G is our 5 chord. So look for C chords, F chords, G chords. And then one more that we have a lot in praise and worship is the minor 6. So if you go C, D, E, F, G, A, because music, just repeats 7 letters over and over, A minor is going to be the chord you're going to look for as well. So C, F, G, A minor, and get in the habit of doing that for any time you have something in the key of C. If you don't know what a chord is, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you a lot of stuff, also how to embellish as well. So this lesson is going to be long, but it's going to have a lot of stuff in it you guys need. If you're looking for just a quick thing, those things aren't going to really teach you anything. I'm here to teach you how to do what I'm doing, not just have you copy me and then you know one song, but you don't know anything about music, okay? I'm here to teach you. All right, so a C chord, we start off with a C, and if I can use my little pointer here, we look at the intro, and we have C, and then C over E, and then F. A C chord, if you find a C on the piano, C, E, G, okay? That's our C chord. But in any form, I can invert it. I can take the C and bump it up here, and then I have a first inversion C chord, E, G, C. I can do it one more time, G, C, E. All are correct. All are C chords, but some will suit you better than others, okay? There's not one right way to do it, just according to what you feel like doing at the moment. So I'm going to play the first C chord like this. C on the top, G with my 2 finger, and E on the thumb. Now, almost always, the name of that letter you see on your chord sheet is going to be the octave in the left hand. Okay, so octave means 8, of course. It's 8 notes away. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's 8 letters. And you get to C again. And that left hand almost always is going to have an octave. So get used to doing that. Get used to how far an octave feels in your left hand. So I'm going to play E, G, C in the right, C octave in the left. Okay, that first one is a whole note. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, then we repeat it. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to show you it. Hold on. 1, 2. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we look at the second chord, and it says C over E, a fraction chord, I call it. It's not really a fraction, but that's what it looks like, huh? So you don't have to do any math there. Don't get worried. Okay, so what that means, the first letter that you see is going to be the name of the chord. So I don't have to change anything. I can do E, G, C again. But the second letter tells me what's going to be on the bass, which is an E. Does that change the chord? It does not, just because an E is on the bottom. But you assume that the name of the letter you see is on the bottom unless it's written as a fraction like that. So you have E on the bass. It's still a C chord. Now this person, when they're playing, they throw a B in there, which makes it something a little different. If you were more advanced and you want to put a B in there with it, go ahead. But if you just want to stay simple, leave the B out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, an E. Could I have played that C way down here? Yes, I could have, but I like it right here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That last chord is an F chord. Remember, I told you to look out for the F chord. The F chord is our 4 chord. It's what you do at the end when you go, Amen. It's always a 4-1. Oh gosh, my voice. All right, so an F chord, as C had C, E, G, an F chord is going to have F, A, C. Always. Doesn't matter what key you're playing it in. Doesn't matter if there's flats or sharps. The letters will remain F, A, C. So that second chord, the third chord actually, F right here, you're going to do an F, A, C. So I'm going to do it just like this. Root position, F, A, C, so no inversion. And then I'm going to do an F octave on the left hand. You see that? Okay? So 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now that next C on the next line, you see that? That's the next little phrase. I'm going to play that one really low because I like it down there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Na na na. You actually start singing. Oh, the lyrics are na na na. I have to see them, but you start singing while you're still on the F chord. Ba, ba, da. Right after you play it, you start the lyric there for the F chord. So that is the intro, okay? Practice the intro until you can do it without looking at your hands, okay? You guys want to be more proficient on piano? Try learning and then kind of memorizing and then looking around the room while you're playing. You ever wonder how people do that? Because they do it. So you got to practice that as well. Stay loose, stay flexible, let your arms stay loose, and work on that. Now, this lesson is very beginner. A lot of you are like, slow down. I can't see the keys you're playing and all of that. That's a telltale sign that you are a beginner and you're trying a lesson that is too hard for you at the moment. Doesn't mean you won't be ever able to do it, but you need, excuse me, slow down. Get the basics first. Learn how to play in a basic way on any praise and worship, and then you can try those embellishments that are more, okay? Trust me, I've been doing this for 40 years, 20 years online now. By the way, I have a praise and worship course on my website, webpianoteacher.com, if you are interested in very basic beginner things to help you in all praise and worship. All right, so we did the intro. Now we're going to move on to the verse, okay? So, yeah, webpianoteacher.com, there's my website. Shameless plug. All right. I cast my mind to Calvary. Now, you're just holding that note. You're holding that chord. You can feel free to play more if you want. I cast my mind to Calvary. Because it's kind of really exposed there. If you're just going to sing and not play another chord, if you're not confident vocally yet, then go ahead and play some more. I cast my mind to Calvary, where Jesus died, or Jesus bled and died for me. I see his wounds, his hands and feet. Now, that's not what they do in the recording. Okay, they hold a lot of this to start with. But if you need some support vocally, go ahead and play it some more. Then you can always play less once you get confident, okay? Little tip for you there. All right, so I cast my mind. I'm just going to play the C chord we already learned, our 1 chord. I cast my mind to Calvary, where Jesus bled. Now, you're on that C chord forever. So when you're on that C chord forever, you need to be thinking ahead. A lot of times you'll play and you, oh, no, I got to play a G chord, and you stop. Well, if you'll be thinking ahead what's coming next, you'll be ready for that G chord. So you have to get in the habit of looking what the next chord is before it's time to play it, okay? That's why you're pausing, because you're training yourself to pause, and you're practicing because you're not thinking ahead. Where Jesus bled. Now I'm going to play that G chord like this, G, B, D. I could have played it like this, but I'm going to play it right here. That's just my choice. G, B, D, left hand's on a G. Where Jesus bled and died for me. Okay? I am going to show embellishments, but we're doing basic stuff first. You got to have that basic thing of just the chords first before you add anything, okay? So A minor. Remember I told you to expect that chord. That's the minor 6 that shows up in a lot of praise and worship songs, okay? So A minor is going to have what letters? A, C, E. In any key, whether there's flats or sharps, the letters will always be A, C, E. Even if you have A7 or A plus 13 or whatever, some weird thing, you can rest assured that the basis of that chord is A, C, E, whenever you have an A chord. All right, you can depend on that. So start depending on it. So A minor, we're over here now, our A minor. And I know it's minor because there's a little M next to it. Okay, so if you ever just see a chord, we assume major. Unless there's an M, then we know it's minor, okay? And A is naturally a minor chord, so you don't have to do a flat or a sharp. It's naturally a minor chord, okay? You don't have to do any black keys. All right, so I'm just going to do it like this. A, C, E. So now I go back and I add it to what I already learned. I don't push forward and just try to limp through the whole thing. I practice in small sections. I cast my mind to Calvary, where Jesus died, I bled and died for me. So used to saying Jesus died for me. We got to do bled first. Now on the A, C, E. A, C, E. I'm going to do an A minor 7. A lot of times in praise and worship, you can do a minor 7, which sounds really cool. It doesn't say to do that, but let's do it. C, E, and when I change that A to a G, this is what I've done. A, C, E is the minor. G is a 7. So I'm adding a 7 to the chord. Well, it's real easy just to move my thumb down, and then I've got the minor 7. Now I have all the notes accounted for. A, C, E, and G. They're mixed up, yeah, but the recipe is still A, C, E, G. Okay? So I'm going to be doing it that way. A minor, just a little, you could pencil in a little 7 there next to it. I cast my mind to Calvary, where Jesus bled and died for me. You notice when I started that, I played the C up here. I didn't even think about it. I just did it because I wanted to in the moment. And you can do that as well. G, C, E, playing up here instead of here. I see his wounds. On the F, I'm going to have F, A, C. We already talked about that. You could also play it up here. A, C, F, 1, 2, 5. And if you've noticed, the inversions all feel the same in your hand. When you do C, C, E, G, that's going to feel just like F, A, C. In fact, that's a good exercise to go through the chords and their inversions. So you get used to how they feel in the hand. So you have that mold, okay, for however you want to play the chord. I see his wounds, his hands, his feet. Now there's that chord again, C over E. I told you music repeats and just does a few things over and over again. There it is. C chord with E on the bass. Want to throw in a B? You can. It sounds kind of cool. My Savior on. There's my G chord, G, B, D. Okay. I won't spend a lot of time because we already talked about it. That cursed tree. Now for that bad C. I like a really low octave. Could I do it here? Yeah, but I like it down here. 3, 2, 3, 4. Now, what is that right there? At the end, after I sing tree, I have C over E, and then my F chord, okay? Some of you are going to ask what the application I'm using. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. It's Good Notes. It lets me do a laser drawing thing, which is pretty cool. All right, so E, G, C, and I'll throw my B in there. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you've listened to the song a lot, you kind of already feel those chord changes, and I recommend don't stop listening to the original. If you kind of know the song, go ahead and listen to the original a whole lot. That'll solve a lot of your ear problems you might have. Okay? So now we try the whole verse, and I'm even going to throw the intro in there. Yes, we're taking a long time. Yes, I'm going against the way everything is done today. Quick Instagram, 10-second videos. I don't do that because you can't teach anything really in that. Some people say I talk a lot. I do, but you have to talk a lot when you teach. Go to any college class, the professor talks, okay? So that's what we're going to do here. And you'll really learn something here. 1, 2. This is the intro. 1, 2. Because I always go back and I add what I learned and I work in small sections. I cast my mind to Calvary, where Jesus bled and died for me. I see his wounds, his hands, his feet, my Savior on that cursed tree. Now you hear me adding a little stuff. I'm doing that on purpose. I want to always improve you, get you used to saying, ooh, I want to do that. Yes, I'm going to show you how to do that stuff. And again, if you really want a course to help you do that, it's on my website, webpianoteacher.com. $1 for 7 days, cancel anytime. See if it works for you. 85% of people stay and continue with the year. All right, so here's the second verse. Here's the wonderful thing about music, is music repeats, okay? A lot of the things you have in verse 1, you're going to have probably the exact same things in verse 2. But I'm going to use verse 2 to help you start embellishing for those of you who are ready. Now, if you're not there yet, first of all, don't feel bad that you're not there yet. We all start at 0, okay? We all have to progress and get there when we get there. But if you are in that first, square one, don't force yourself to try to do the embellishments yet. Be okay with where you are. Remember when Jesus said, I have many things to tell you, but you're not able to bear them? So he didn't tell them. That's because it would have done them more harm than good. And I see people all the time do more harm than good when they try to leap up to embellishing when they can't even play the chords yet. Okay, so again, if you're somebody going, slow down, I can't see what keys you're playing, you are for sure not ready for that level of embellishment yet, but doesn't mean you won't ever be able. Be content with where you are right now. Do it a bunch of times and you'll automatically be raised to that level. If you try to do it, it will not work probably, okay? You have to just be where you are, comfortable, and play that a bunch. And then when that becomes second nature, then you're ready. If it's not second nature yet, don't try, okay? All right, so here is the second verse. We can play it exactly like we did the first one, but I'm going to show you some embellishments. I'm going to take the opportunity on verse 2. His body bound and drenched in tear, they laid him down in Joseph's tomb, the entrance sealed by heavy stone. Messiah still and all alone. All right, now I'm going to tell you one thing real quick. If you'll listen to this and not fast forward to the video looking for what you think you need all of it. Maybe I take a long time getting there, but you need it, whatever I say. So 95%, probably more, of all embellishments is rhythmic based, not finding these other notes everywhere else, but it's rhythm, and that's what you're missing. Not the extra notes that you don't know what they are, but playing the notes you're already on in a rhythmic fashion. Okay, it's drumming on the piano is really what it is. Okay, that's your first step in embellishment, and most of it. Okay, his body bound and drenched into. So I'm just playing the notes I already showed you. Da, da, da. It sounds like drums. Just get on a desk and drum with your hands. Turn the music up as loud as you can get it, and close your eyes and just drum with it. You'll develop that rhythm drum machine that's inside all of us that we just have to activate. Okay? All right, so I'm just... The simplest way is thumb. Just play the top two notes, and then the thumb on the second one. They laid him down in Joseph's tomb. Now, what does my left hand do? I'm just kind of putting it in the gaps. And sometimes it's just my thumb, sometimes it's both fingers, and it's just whenever I feel like it. Now, you could sit there and try to copy exactly what I do, but you'll never learn to do how I'm doing what I'm doing. You want it to flow out of you. You don't want it to always be external and you're copying someone else. That's why the little falling blocks method, nobody ever learns anything because they're just copying a computer, and you don't really learn how to improvise and vamp on your own, okay? And if I show you every little thing and you copy that, you're not learning the skill, okay? All right, now here's another thing called add 9. On the C chord, when I have a C right here, okay? Now, you've probably seen add 9 somewhere if you've played praise and worship stuff. It's not something super complicated. All it means is I'm adding a ninth above what the note is, the name of the chord. So C is the note. So if I count up 9 letters, I'll save you the trouble. It's a D. You can say, well, it's also just one above, C, D. Yeah, let's think of it that way, okay? Instead of a C9, let's think of C2. Same thing. All I'm doing is you take that letter and you go up one letter in the alphabet, and that's the note you're adding. That's the add 9. So if I have a C chord and I'm add 9, just add the next letter in the alphabet, D. So take the chord and add a D to it. So then I have this. If I play, G, C, E, G, but I put a D in there instead, I don't even have to have the E. I can do it this way. The fact is that I have a D in there mixed in with it. You ever heard that? That's an add 9 if you ever hear that sound. And the formula is take the letter and go up one letter in the alphabet and add it. D. Na, 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 na. They laid him down. Same for the G. If I want to do an add 9 on a G, go up one letter in the alphabet. What's after G? A in music, because you start over after the letter G. In Joseph's tomb. I already have a 7 on the A, so I'm worried about an add 9. The entrance sealed. There's the F chord. See where the F is on sealed? There, okay? So what do we do for the add 9? You can practice this. You take the letter that's there and you go up one in the alphabet. What's one up from F? G. Add a G to your chord, and then you have an add 9. After you do it long enough, you won't even have to think about that. I'm adding a G. By heavy stone. And even on the C over E there on stone, I can throw a D in there. It sounds really cool. Messiah still. All the stuff I'm doing is just what I showed you, the add 9 and adding rhythm to it, okay? So let's do that second verse one time with just some add 9 and a little rhythm. His body bound and drenched in tears, they laid him down in Joseph's tomb. The by heavy stone, Messiah still, and all alone. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get to the chorus. So now we're ready for the chorus. But first I want to check in on you. How are you doing? Normally I do my videos in parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, because that forces you to do chunks. Okay, if you go on my website, everything I've ever done is in parts. I'm putting the whole thing here on YouTube because I want to make my praise and worship stuff available to everyone, even people who don't have any money. But, you know, if I can get these requests, that'll suffice for me to be able to spend the time to keep on doing them. But you need to work in sections, okay? Don't try the whole thing at once. Try one phrase. Try the intro till you get it down okay enough, and then you add to it. You don't just go to the other thing. You're always adding and building, okay? A little at a time, not all at once. Here a little, there a little, okay? When Jesus told us things, they're not just for learning Scripture. It's how you do anything in life, okay? It applies to everything. All right? Here a little, there a little in your practice. All right. So we're moving to the chorus. So I hope you take a little break, hit pause on your video. On my website, there's a function on the video player that allows you to slow the video down, and that helps a lot of people. You just click it, and then you're slower. All right, so here's the chorus when you're ready. Oh, praise the name of the Lord our God. Praise His name forevermore, for endless days. We will sing your praise, oh Lord our God. 2, 3, 4. Then the third verse, okay? So you can see the chords that we've already learned, and if you are in that beginner stage, resist the temptation to try all the embellishment. If you can't play just the block chords and look around the room, that's the test. If you can play and look around the room and sing this, then you're ready to start embellishing. If you can't, you're not ready. Don't try it. You're going to frustrate yourself, not because you're stupid or I'll never be able to do it or I don't have any talent, just because you're not there yet, okay? There was a time in my life when I wasn't there yet, okay? And then I was able to move on. Same for you. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you embellishments on this next part too, but let's just stick with praise the name of the... Now, since it's kind of a more active part of the song, it's you know, the song is built in intensity. I'm going to play my inversions a little higher, okay? So on the C chord, I'm going to do this. G, C, E, okay? Left hand is on a C. Praise the name of the Lord. And there's something cool I'm going to show you. Praise the name of the Lord. You think that's cool? That's kind of gospel-y sounding. I'll show you that, but not yet. All right, so C chord, name, just a C chord and a C octave in the left hand. On the F chord, I'll go A, C, F because that's close. A lot of the inversions we choose on chords are because they are close to what we're coming from. If I'm playing C here, I'm not going to go all the way up here for the F chord because that's too far and it's disjunct. I'm going to play an inversion that's smooth. Okay, that's why I choose that one because it's close to the one I did before. Not in every situation, but most of the time you choose the one that's close. Name of the F chord. Back to C. And then on the God, I'll use a low C octave. Oh, praise. On the A minor, I'll do an A minor 7 instead of just a straight A minor, G, C, E, because it's close. What's close to the C chord right before it? Staying right there and playing, right? You notice how the A minor 7 is like playing a C chord over an A bass. You can think of it that way if you want. Praise His name forevermore. Now, G sus 4, that'll throw you for a loop. And you're going, wow, I learned what a G was, but what the heck is sus 4? It's not complicated. I'm going to explain it to you right now. So there are things in music called suspensions where you have a chord. Let's take GBD, for example. That's the one we're doing. And we're going to suspend That's what the sus means. That note is suspended. Okay, so one of those letters in the GBD chord, we're going to suspend, and when you suspend, you go higher, right? We're going to suspend it to the next letter in the alphabet, and then maybe resolve it, maybe not. But the suspension, that's what it means, is you're taking one of the notes and you're going one higher. We'll do the 4 part in a minute. Well, no, let's go ahead and talk about it. So if it says 4, most suspensions are sus4. Sometimes there's something else, but most all of the suspensions you'll do in praise and worship are sus4. Popular music for that matter anyway. So GBD, I'm going to suspend the B and make it a C, and I have this. Hear that sound? You've heard that. If I resolve it, then I go back to B. That's why it's called a suspension resolve. Okay? That's a sus4, and that's a regular G chord. That's why the next chord that you can see up there is a G, just a G with nothing on it, because the sus4 was resolved. Those kind of go together, okay? It doesn't have to be resolved. Sometimes they're not, okay? But many times they are. So resolve the C to a B. See what that sounds like. Sing your praise. Last line. Oh Lord, our God. Excuse me. So the sus4 only lasts for one count. But it's cool. 2, 3, and then C over E with a B if you want. Na, na, na. All right, so let's play it through just kind of simply, and then we'll see how to embellish this chorus. Oh Lord, have my voice last for this. Praise the name of the Lord our God. Oh, praise His name. Just G sus4. Endless days, we will sing your praise, oh Lord, our God. 2, 3, 4. And I apologize for doing, I think I jumped down. I did to do the sus4. There's 2 sus4s. There's the one up here, and then there's the second one right there. Okay, so you have to do it twice. G sus4, G. Now, so those are straight quarter notes, and those of you who are at that level, be content with that. You can watch this next part, but don't expect you can even try it a little bit, but don't put a demand and an expectation, I have to do this or I'm no good. Okay, we tend to do that in time, and the Lord will help you when you're ready, but you got to do the hard work first. You can't just skip over it. Okay? All right, so when you embellish, you can do the same thing, add 9. I'm going to show you something cool you can do. The guitar kind of does this. You just do some kind of pattern where you do that add 9 with the D. You can actually do that pattern I just did right there through the whole chorus, and it sounds fine. Praise and worship music does that all the time. Listen. Praise the praise His name. We will sing your praise, oh Lord, our God. See that? I could do that the whole time. All right? Any praise and worship music, a lot of times that little pattern will work all the way through a whole section. But don't do that the whole song, because our ear will get tired of it. All right, now I'm going to show you this part when I win. Praise the name. Oh, sorry, wrong chord. All right, that's kind of gospelizing it a little bit. And it's fun to do that. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm doing low right here, C, G, E. Now when I go, of the Lord, I'm going to play 4 chords. I started here, and then I'm going to move the whole thing up in my right hand. I'm going to keep it exactly the same. Up, up. The mold stays the same. The mold stays the same, okay? There's a Beethoven sonata that goes. And you have to, it's all in the wrist, but you keep that mold, Okay? Okay? So just keep it exactly like that. Name of the Lord. Everything moves up. Now don't do this. Oh, find it. Oh, find it. Because then you're not doing the mold. You have to go for it. Go for it. Go for it. And eventually you'll find that going for it is not that risky, but it feels really risky at first. But you'll never be able to do what I'm doing unless you go for it and miss it a few times, or maybe 100 times, and then you start to get it. But you have to, it's just this motion right here. Okay? It's all in the wrist, as many things are. Okay? All right, so that's something to add if you want to. And I put a little space in there because it makes it sound gospel-y. If I connect it, that's okay, but it's not as cool as. Then I also did something else. All right, so at the end, when you play God, of the Lord our God, and I go to C, to gospelize something, I and others will just take the chord you're on, and you go up one letter to its minor. So if you're on C and I go up one letter, I go to D and I play a D minor, which is DFA. So if I go, all I'm doing is D minor to C every time. D minor to C. Right? If you're going slow down, I can't see what you're doing, you're not ready for it yet. But one day, okay? DFA to CEG. Same here. DFA to CEG. You can do it over and over, and you have to slow down and work on that, practice it really slow. All right, so praise the name of the Lord our God. Praise his name. Jesus There's a C over E, and I could do it here. I could go back here. Stays we will sing. Now for that one, for Endless Days, if you'd like to do the gospel thing again, you can't do C, E. You just go back to what we did here. Your praise, oh Lord, oh Lord our God. Okay, now we go to the next part. Hope you're learning a lot of stuff. Then on the third, a lot of times when I get to the third verse, our ears kind of tired of the same old thing, because even though we love praise and worship music, you ever get to the point where, you're Sunday morning and you're like, enough already. We need something different on our ears, even though praise and worship tends to be pretty simple chord progressions and all of that. We just need a different sound sometimes. I'm going to show you something that is very simple to do, but most people don't realize that it is. It's just taking what you're doing and bumping it up an octave and playing in a different style. Then on the third, the break of dawn, the Son of Heaven rose again. Oh, trampled death, where is your sting? The angels roar for Christ. Now, what this allows us to do is to build it up again from an even lower dynamic. For Christ the King. Oh, praise. See how I heard a little pop there. I hope it didn't hurt your ears. All right. So it allows you to build it up. So all I'm doing is taking those chords. Now, the chord is not showing there. That's because it's at the top of the other page. You ever had that? There's the C that we're looking for. But, it goes there. Then on the C chord, break up, it'll add 9 with a D. The Son of Heaven, C sus4 if you want. You can do a G sus4 anytime you want, as long as you resolve it. Son rose again. Trampled death, where is your sting? The angels on roar, you could do roar for Christ the King. You could do a big gospel blues thing because it's a long time on that C chord. Oh, praise the name of the Lord. Another pop there. I got to decrease the volume somewhere so it doesn't pop. All right, so that verse there can be up higher if you like, or it could be in the same place. All right, and then we have the chorus. We've done it before. I'm just going to go through it. Oh, praise the name of the Lord. Now, this is a little different. Look at that. On of the, then they go to the C over E there. Okay, so you can do that. You can add that little change. It's the name of the Lord our God. Oh, praise His name. So there, now we get to the verse 4. I'm just going to play through it. He shall return. This would be actually a good one to go up high. So maybe I'd save the going up high for this one. He shall return in robes of white. The blazing sun shall pierce the night. Rise among the saints, my gaze transfixed in Jesus' name. Now, what am I doing there? Well, I'm adding a B to the C, which is a C major 7, and that gives it a nice. I'm just playing a chord. Look, E, G, C, E, G, B. I'm just rolling it. When you hear a neat chord and somebody's just playing a bunch of notes, they're just rolling the chord. On the G, I'm doing an add 9, B, D, G, and I'm grabbing the A a little bit. On the A minor 7, I'm just playing C, E, G. I could throw a B in there for color. Will we ride among the saints, my gaze transfixed on Jesus' face. Instrumental, I'm going to show you what the guitar is doing a little bit, because a lot of times we can add those things in the piano. So don't think just because a guitar has something where you guys would, this looks okay right here. Oh, he has an okay studio. If you could see everything behind me, it's just trash. It's just, I've got a little stool here that I found in the office. I got books holding this stool up so I can hold my iPhone in this little ring holder, and I didn't know the iPhone can record in 4K, so that's how we're have such a good video here. But using my phone, another camera from the house, and like a zillion apps at once. Took me like a whole week to get it going together, but it's just funny. All right, so we were talking about the guitar. The guitar, when you hear guitar parts, they are many times translatable to the keyboard if you want to do it. Now, if you're in a praise and worship band, don't play the guitar player's part. He might get upset with that. If you play, a bass line or something, that's the bassist. Even if you can, all right, you can't step on their toes. In fact, a general rule, the more people you have playing in your praise and worship band, the less you need to play, unless it's a specific thing that you're supposed to do. But if you're the only person accompanying, you can do whatever you want, okay? So many times we can add a guitar part that we hear to the keyboard. Don't just think just because it's a guitar, you can't put it on piano, okay? So you can, I think it does something like this. Na, 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 na. On the instrumental, notice that the instrumental is just the chorus chords. It's kind of like what I already showed you, because the guitar player is just using G, C, G. Kind of forgot exactly what he's doing, but G, see you have G sus4 and then G. He does go to a B on that. Just singing along so you know where we were in the chorus chords, but just some form of G, C, G. And also, if you're playing a rhythm and it sounds cool, but it's not exactly like what they're doing in the song, who cares? It's your own thing. A lot of the times the way that we end up playing something is because we feel that within ourselves. Don't resist that. Don't be a copycat. Of course, we have to watch others and we learn, but we always make it our own. You can't play exactly like somebody else, even if you tried your hardest, because we're all different. We're all unique. And you're going to hear something a little different. Something is going to speak to you in a different way. So don't resist a different rhythm as long as you're in time, okay? And it sounds cool, then do it. All right, so you're on the instrumental part there. I also hear this too. What am I doing there? I just hear this 5-finger pattern, G, F, E, D, C. To make it a little simpler, you could go up, F, C. A little more complicated, you go C, G, C, 2, 1, 2. You could go then B. Also up here. Okay, I think it works better here in the middle. But that's what you can do on the instrumental, or you can just play block chords if you're not to that level yet. Then we have the chorus again. Let's just do it. Provide something here for as a reward, another chorus, and we got for all of you who actually watch the whole video and try everything. A lot of the tutorials that are on YouTube are good, and people skip past things that they really need to hear because we can't pay attention anymore. All right, what's the average attention span? It's probably seconds now instead of minutes like it used to be. I'm going to show you how to put melody in the right hand. So if you've stayed for the end, please put it in the comments. I stayed for the whole thing. I made myself listen and learn like a student, okay? And maybe you'll be the teacher one day and you'll teach someone else. That's the great thing about this praise and worship community. Don't forget about emailing me at easypianolessons@yahoo.com. I put it at the beginning of the video. You can see it. If you want a $50 request, normally I charge $300, but I'm really trying to build this praise and worship community and praying the Lord will bless that. So, if he does, he does. If he does it in a different way, a different time, that's fine too. All right, but just email me if you have a request. And go ahead and put a YouTube link in that email if you don't mind. Then it'll save us an email. I can go ahead and check it out. All right, so putting the melody in there, all right? You're going to keep the chords the same, okay? The left hand will not change. The left hand will still be just like it always was. There's my email again if you needed to see that. To send me the request. And you can do multiples if you want. I've had one person one time pay like $2,500 on just a bunch of requests he had, and I just worked on his. All right, so you pick out the melody. You go, and one thing at a time. I cast my mind. Can you do that? Sit around and pick around until you get the melody. I'll do it right here. Okay, so you're going to play the melody because that's what we're doing. The left hand will not change. And in between, I'm going to use the chord that I was already playing. I was playing a C chord, right? I cast my mind. Then when it's time for the melody, I make sure I play the melody. But in the gaps, I use the chord that I was already playing. All right? I cast my mind to Calvary, where Jesus bled. So you pick that out, where Jesus bled, and then and I play the melody louder. So a lot of times you'll do all the things I'm saying, and they say, mine still doesn't sound like Shawn's. It's because you're not playing the melody louder than everything else. There's melody and there's accompaniment, and the melody has to be a layer on top that is heard above everything else. So a little bit more finger pressure. Don't smack the key, but a little bit more pressure on your fingertip on the melody part. Then it'll start to blend. Okay? Remember Bob Ross? I love Bob Ross painting. He would always put this mess of color on. You go, man, that's good, but it doesn't look great. And then you take the fan brush, the old fan brush, and just feather it out, and then everything would blend. Okay, that's what you need, is you need some blending here, but the main color is still that melody. Verse 2, I do some of the same things, but I can move it up an octave. Oh, sorry. And then on Praise the Name, I could just do that. You could do octaves. You can play chords, but do octaves. G, E, F chord, C. Or you can make it a 3-note chord. Or single notes, just still. So pick out that melody. Make sure you can play the melody by itself. And then the left hand does not change. And then in the gaps, you're adding those notes that are part of the chord. And you have to be at a certain level to be able to do that. But it works really nice, and it doesn't have to be super complicated. The best music is really simple, with not too much stuff in it. Okay, not too showy. In fact, we don't want to get that way anyway. We're playing background praise and worship stuff. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. It was very long. I put a lot of stuff in it, a lot of good information that I normally would just put on the pay site. Okay, I'd give you a little bit, and then because that's how I've made my living for 20 years. But I'm trying to build this praise and worship community. Would love to be able to do that, and you can help by doing the $50 requests, and you'll get a lesson just like this on whatever praise and worship song you're doing, as long as I can do it as a lead sheet with chords. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later. Look forward to your emails.